the ballpark up here in the booth. We're about ready to put the wraps on our broadcast schedule for the 1989 season. And gentlemen, when we look at where it started and where we end, there have been some surprises. There have been some up notes. There have been some down notes. And I think as we look to 1990, there are some questions that have to be answered for this Yankee team.
You know, we came out of spring training, George, and everybody said, well, the pitching is going to be all right. We don't know about shortstop. We don't know about center field. And those are really end up to be two of the very strong points of this ball club. Steve Sachs, as we talked about him during the game, a terrific year. But the questions really to be asked and answered are, what are the Yankees going to do about starting pitching? And Walt Terrell pitching one of the best games of his career. Now he throws a whole monkey wrench into this thing because, I mean, he pitched beautifully tonight.
Well, you hit the nail on the head, Tom. And beginning, you said before he threw one pitch, you said this is a very important game for Walt Terrell because he wants them to know that he wants to be in the starting rotation next year. Now, how can you leave a guy like him off? And you got Carey, who pitched a great game his last time out. You've got Parker, who has looked good in 5 and 6 innings that he's pitched. So right there, you've got at least 3 that you know that you can almost count on.
Yeah, but I think one of the things the Yankees have got to find is they have to find a number 1 pitcher. They have to find a number 2 pitcher. The pitchers you're talking about are the guys that would occupy the number 3, 4, 5 positions on your staff. They need that Saberhagen, they need that Clemens, they need somebody of that caliber.
And
to go out there and get them 10 games over 500, to give them 250 innings with a 2.5 ERA. That's the thing that this ball club needs. They need one pitcher like that and another pitcher of somewhat similar caliber. I think they have plenty of talent for the 3, 4, and 5 spot.
And the question is that done via the trade route, via the free agent route? There's a Mark Langston available probably. If
or
he does not sign,
or is it done within? Some of these youngsters ready to blossom and take over that
Dave
role.
Righetti?
Who knows? That's exactly right.
It's all part of the question mark that we go.
Somebody's going to be answering that question.
Let's ask you. Do you think Dave Righetti should be a starter for 1990?
I have said that for 1989, 1988.
All the way back, right?
Yeah, well, I loved him when he was starting, when he was pitching. I mean, he's done a great job relieving, don't get me wrong, and he loves relieving now because he got used to it. But I think now he has lost that little bit extra. We used to be able to come in and overpower the hitters and strike them out. And he's not striking them out now, so I'd like to see him start, and I think he'd be a lot better.
Your vote, Tom Seaver?
You know, it's funny. I didn't like it when they took him out of the starting rotation and put him in the bullpen. I never did because, obviously, I'm partial to the starting pitchers. But what Scooter says is exactly right. He might be better off now as a starting pitcher, being able to pitch now, where he used to be able to get out of it just by throwing. Now it's a little bit of pitching. He's got a little of this and a little of that, and you know, that is another one of the questions that will have to be answered.
And he's developed a changeup with work that can be an effective pitch for him. And the question is, if you're going to do it, get him down the instruction league, let him work on it so he's ready to come to spring training and do it. We'll be back to wrap up this season and this broadcast after these messages. The Yankees have beaten the Red Sox 3-0 at Fenway.
You'd better send some money, Val. They say I need a root canal.
I'm calling about your band, Putrid Rage. You better send money. They're trashing my stage.
Dad, is there any way you could send the money today?
To send someone money fast, come to Western Union. We'll make sure it gets to any of our 13,000 locations, usually in 15 minutes or less.
Keep in touch.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money.
How do you pick a winner?
I sit down with my Harry and his clicker. 6 numbers, 3 seconds flat. Thank you, dear.
The highest reading of the day. That's my method.
A 6-digit total, everything on sale. It's got to be a lucky number.
4, 10.
Every Monday, somebody's 6 lucky numbers could win at least $100,000 in cash in New York Cash 40.
9.
New York Cash 40. Every day's a play day.
Carol's throwing a slumber party, and Mike's been banned from the fun.
Well, let's just clear up exactly what this off-limits area includes.
But that's not going to stop our snake charmer from having a little fun.
Don't worry, I'll get rid of it.
I smell a rat. A rat!
So put on your dancing shoes and join the bash.
We're just protecting the women folk here, you know, especially since that giant prowler's been in the neighborhood, stealing the nightgowns of teenage women.
On Growing Pains.
Tomorrow night at 6:30 on Channel 11. Your Dodge dealer announces the biggest ever sale on trucks, because we've got big cash on more truck models in stock than ever before. Get the biggest cash back ever, $2,000 on our most popular half-ton pickup. Save up to $4,100 when you add package savings, or get an unprecedented $1,500 cash back on Dakota. Plus, big cash on Dodge Club Cabs, new for $90. So for a ton of money on tons of trucks, your Dodge dealer has the biggest ever sale on trucks.
Look at the new press box at Fenway Park in Boston as we wrap up tonight's broadcast. And Scooter and Tom, just personally and professionally, I just want to say it's been a great joy to work with both of you. We've had some fun in the booth this year, and we hope the folks at home have enjoyed it as much as we have.
They certainly do, George. A lot of people at home don't know that we've known each other for close to 25 years, I guess it's been, since we were both students at University of Southern California. My first year with the Yankees and first year with a Scooter. Well, first year and a day. I did have one other day that Scooter and I shared.
What day was that?
We kidded. I won't bring it up anymore.
It's been enough.
But we kidded each other about, and I've enjoyed every moment with the Scooter. He has left me with tears in my eyes, laughing so hard, and nothing but joy with him.
I'm glad that you're able to relax a little bit with him, because I mean the way you improve day for day. George's been around a long time and he's a seasoned veteran, but you are now a seasoned veteran after just a year with us and some other times that you had.
Just learning to get that curveball over, Scooter.
No, it was great working with really Tom and George. It was really great. You two guys were great. You did all of the work.
No, Scooter.
And I never got down on the field, and I didn't have to do any interviews, and it was just a joy working with no kidding.
Gentlemen, it's been fun. It's been a great honor to share the booth with you, and here's to 1990.
Thank you, George.
Yep. From the Baltimore Orioles to Pete Rose, 1989 has been a roller coaster for baseball fans, and nowhere was it more evident than for fans of the Yankee pinstripes. It was a spring with optimism for a bright new day, from Dallas, Roberto, and Espy to Gator and TJ. A summer that left you with the bitter taste of not only a pennant race loss, but the loss of a leader, too, in Bart Giamatti. And now a fall when you share the hope of one fan's banner last week at Yankee Stadium. Quote, "The Yankee pride never dies," unquote. As we say goodbye for 89, we leave you with the words of Baseball Commissioner Bart Giamatti on the game of baseball. It is a game designed to break your heart. It begins in the spring when everything else begins again. And it blossoms in the summer, filling our afternoons and evenings. And then as the chill rains come, it leaves you to face the fall alone. The words of Bart Giamatti. Good night, everybody.
Within the black, there is a power. Draconoir. Immense fragrance by Guy Laroche Paris. Feel the power.
Win a Nissan 240 SX.
NANS. Terrific.
People's Court on the road across America.
Weeknights at 7 on Channel 11.
Tonight, cocaine and the threat of violence reaching into the White House and the first family. At the Education Summit, the search for smart solutions. Word of a Soviet space disaster. And fans in the Windy City are loaded for bear. Cubs win! Cubs win!
From the Independent News, this is USA Tonight with Brad Holbrook.
Good evening. There is increased security around the first family tonight amid reports of threats from Colombian drug lords. New York Newsday reporting that President Bush's children are kidnapped targets of drug traffickers unless the U.S. grants amnesty to the cartels. The president is skeptical about the threats, but there is increased security nonetheless. We get more on the story from Drew Scott.
Intelligence sources say all 5 of President Bush's children now have Secret Service protection after the Colombian drug cartels threatened to kidnap one family member to influence the U.S. crackdown against the cocaine barons and to halt extradition efforts by Washington of the cartel kings. Bush's family members, 4 sons and a daughter, were reluctant about extra protection, but the president says those chilling new threats won't influence the war on drugs.
I have confidence in our intelligence community. I have confidence in the international cooperation on intelligence. Sometimes I wish it were more. And I have confidence in the Secret Service and their ability to do their job. So I don't live in fear of anything like this.
And in New York today, another bizarre twist in the drive to stamp out Colombia's cocaine cartel. Drug enforcement agents and local police rounded up what were described as 4 mid-level Colombian street dealers working out of this house. But what they found was disconcerting. 240 pounds of cocaine, many of the bags bearing the name Bush.
I cannot tell you that A, it really means George Bush or any member of the Bush family, and B, I have certainly no indication that this is tied to any alleged threat against the family for either killing or kidnapping or anything like that.
Authorities say the seizure startled them. The president's name clearly printed on at least 19 bags of cocaine. Was it a signal for Washington from Colombia? Officials couldn't say for sure.
I asked them, but no one can remember seizing any that had the name Reagan on it. But so, you know, maybe he wasn't perceived as much of a threat as President Bush is.
There's a message in today's drug seizure and in the events in Washington: intimidation, in the taunting way that the cocaine was labeled and easily discovered by the feds. One cop told us, it's like the Colombian drug lords are thumbing their nose at us and saying, look, Mr. Bush, you declared war on drugs, and we're doing business as usual. From New York, this is Drew Scott reporting.